Hello and welcome. I had some things in my garden that needed to be used. Bell peppers, and I also had an onion in stock and some ground beef in my freezer. And today we're going to make my experienced American chopped suey. It was one of my most popular dishes when I was working, and we're going to get her done. So let's do it. I have cooked a box of elbow macaroni and we're soaking it in butter, and that's going into the American chopped suey. And one of my secret plans, because I always had macaroni and cheese on hand when I was working, is to add a little macaroni and cheese with some regular noodles and sauce and hamburger and all that stuff, and then add some macaroni and cheese to it and make it a little cheesier. So we're going to do that. We're going to crumble up our ground beef in a skillet and cook it up. Season it up with a little salt and pepper. Break it up and cook it till it is no longer pink. And while our meat is cooking, we're going to dice up our garden vegetables. I have seeded the peppers, and now we're going to dice them up. They're good looking, they're smelling good. Successful garden peppers. Very nice. I like to cut them to get rid of those white strips. Cut them into sections, and they're easier to dice up. And we're going to continue on. Okay, cut up into no white sections, and now we're going to dice them up. We're going to continue on until they're all done. About this size is a good one. Our peppers are all diced up. Some of them are starting to turn red. I should have left them in the garden until they did turn red all the way. But these are ready, and we're going to do the onions, and we're going to check the meat. The ground beef is cooked up nicely, and we're going to transfer it to a bowl and set it aside and leave some fat in this skillet. We could drain this and use oil for the vegetables, but I'm going to use this meat fat to cook our vegetables. Okay, looking good. It's going to make nice American chopped suey, or goulash, whatever you want to call it. We'll see how much this half a sweet onion will give us. Take that skin off. It should be about the same amount as the peppers. About 1.5 cups. So let's see how we do. Looks about right. We're going to chop it. I'm going to chop it up a little smaller. Okay, pretty well matched. Now we're going to cook them up. So let's get over to the stove and turn our skillet back on and cook up our veggies. Okay, we're starting to get bubbly. So in comes our onions. I like to saute the vegetables just below medium heat. Now our peppers. A sprinkle of salt and pepper. You don't need too much because we're going to add some beef broth to this casserole. And that's pretty salty. Some dried basil. Some dried oregano. And we're going to saute these until the onions are clear and the vegetables are soft. Let's mix them together and get it going. Our vegetables are getting cooked up. They're not quite ready yet, but they will be pretty soon. And then we're going to assemble our American chopped suey, or goulash, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to get it done. Our vegetables are nicely softened. And now it's time to add in our beef. Mix it all together. Now we're going to add in some homemade marinara sauce that I had in my freezer from my garden. Let's see how much we need. I'm going to add it all. The elbows will absorb it. So we'll mix it up and heat it up. The next thing that goes in is a half a cup of beef broth. That's about right. And when this is all heated up, it's time to put in half of our pasta that I cooked. And then we're going to make some macaroni and cheese and add that in at the end. And it's going to be pretty yummy. As you can see, we're bubbling. Looking good and smelling good. And here comes our macaroni. I think this is the right amount, but let's check it out. Because we're going to be adding some more, but it's going to be cheesy macaroni. So let's mix this in and see where we're at. Looking good. We're about to finish it. Now we're going to make some of my macaroni and cheese sauce. Start with a couple tablespoons of butter. Okay, our butter is melted in our saucepan. A little bit of salt and pepper. Not too much because it's going to be cheesy. and cheesy as salty. Keep it stable with a sprinkle of all-purpose flour. Make a roux. Macaroni and cheese sauce is mostly milk and cheese, but you gotta keep it stable and make it tasty, season it. So now we're ready. And interestingly enough, I used to love to use Velveeta, which I haven't done for a long time. And I bought some at the grocery store. And what I didn't know, I never heard of it before, it is white, but it tastes really good. It's called queso blanco. And that's going in, all of it. Now it's time for some half and half. Make it nice and creamy. And we will keep cooking this till the cheese is all melted. And everything is heated through. And then we're going to add this to the rest of our elbow macaroni. Our cheese sauce is made, and it's nice and creamy. Now we're going to add it to the macaroni and see how it shapes up. We're going in. We might need some more. I'm going to not use all of this macaroni and cheese in the American chopped suey, but I'm just going to keep the extra macaroni and cheese around. But it looks like I have to make some more sauce. Let's stir it up and see how it came out. I think that'll work. Let's do it. We'll finish up the American chopped suey. We're only going to need about a cup to cheese it up a little bit. So we're going in. Mix it up, blend it up nicely. It's going to add a little bit of creaminess to this American chopped suey. And after it's mixed in, you can't really tell that it's in there, as you may or may not can see. Here is our American chopped suey. It's going to be so yummy. Let's give it a try. Thank you for joining me. Well, I used up my on-hand ingredients, some from my garden, some from my freezer, some from my garden from last year, but all on-hand ingredients to make American chopped suey, or we can call it goulash. And here's on a fork, looking good. Going in. It came out so yummy, and I haven't had it in a long time, and now I'm glad I did it because it was really good. And here we are again, and thank you again. See you soon.